Chris Avina with American Outdoor News, and today we're here with country music artist and the host of the Most Wanted list on outdoor TV, Kristy Lee Cook. Kristy, thank you
Hi.
for taking the time to speak to us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Now, you have a pretty interesting trail that you followed here, going from American Idol to country music. Has the outdoors always been a part of your life?
It's funny because I grew up in Oregon, a really small town, and I kind of just rode horses in the mountains, and in that manner, like I fished and stuff like that. I never hunted until I was actually 22. So my dad didn't really take any of us hunting. He was in the military, and he was always like, I don't think I can shoot an animal, but he's like, if we're going to war, I'll be good. And I'm like, okay, never mind. Um, yeah, so I didn't actually grow up hunting. I was dating a guy that was a big hunter, and then I was big into horses, and we kind of made a trade out, and he taught me about hunting, and then I taught him about horses. And then after that, when I was about, like, I think it was 22, it was right after American Idol, he basically was like, let's go hunting. So I did. And nobody thought I could shoot a deer. Nobody thought I could hunt because I'm such an animal lover. But I think after he hiked my butt off in the mountains for a good couple weeks, I was ready to pull the trigger. I was like, give me the gun.
You said, I worked this hard. I'm definitely
Yeah.
not coming out empty-handed.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah. So it was once I realized like the work you put in behind it, and it wasn't what I thought it was. I was ready to pull the triggers by then. So, and then after that, I was hooked. So the rest is history with that.
Has your outdoor lifestyle, has that influenced your songwriting and your life in general?
It's kind of been a back and forth thing. When I was doing music, I didn't have time for hunting. And then when I was hunting and doing the show, I didn't really have time for music. So it was kind of one or the other. There was a brief moment that I did both of them at the same time, but it was really hard to schedule like radio tour around hunting season. You know, you're like, guys, I can't go on radio tour. There's hunting season. So I couldn't really see that. But it's definitely like now, I've actually written songs now, and it's definitely changed just being a mother, being a hunter, all those things. I think more so it's understanding like the heritage and the lifestyle of being an outdoors country person, and just adding like the mother aspect and all that. It's definitely helped a lot of understanding on songwriting and given a lot more story and feeling into the songs as well, for the ones that I have written.
So there was no, while you were touring, there's no, hey, we're in Alabama, it's hunting season, let's make a stop and grab a quick hunt for the show.
Yeah, well, I kind of intertwined music and hunting together when I was doing the show and singing. So there are some episodes that have me singing. And then, I have written several of the show openers. I have a song that's called Overcome. And then I wrote one called Good Timing. Good Timing was the first 5 seasons. And then I wrote one called Overcome. And that one has been the last, 6 or 7 seasons. But no, I kind of intertwined it when I could. I would definitely, like Lucas Hogue Wild, he did a show with me, and like Blake Lewis and some country music artists, trying to think who was with, Chase Rice and stuff like that. So it definitely intertwined, and we did some music along the show as well, but not as much as I would have liked to probably.
Yeah. Now, how did you come up with the idea of, hey, I'm an entertainer, I love singing, I love hunting, let's do an outdoor show? How did Most Wanted list come about?
After I did American Idol, Browning actually reached out to me and they wanted to see if I could host. And so, they invited me out on a hunt in New Zealand. And then I started a show with them for 3 years called Going Country with Kristy Lee Cook. And then I had the unfortunate luck of having not the greatest situation with a production company, and they kind of just eliminated the show and put money elsewhere, and put it into another show that they wanted, and then invited me to come host that, and I just didn't want to, and that's kind of where it stopped for me. And then I was in Nashville and I was like, man, I just came up with this idea of like hunts or, that we want to do every year, or, people we want to hunt with, or, things we want to do and stuff. And then I was like, oh, that sounds like a most wanted list. And then, I called a friend of mine that I had worked with previously on the show, and Browning had said, they're like, anything you want to do in the future, we want to be a part of. And, so I presented that idea to them, and they wanted to be the title sponsors of it. And I was like, okay, that works. Yeah. So
That's
it was
great.
yeah, it was awesome. And, I worked with them for quite a few years. And then again, ran into a situation, how business is.
Yep.
They have ideas and things they think are better. And I didn't want to quit the show. And basically I had literally lost the show and I didn't even know it. And then I had a month before hunting season and they were just going to quit the show. And, I asked if I could buy the show out, and, they said yes. And my videographer that I work with now, Tyler Maddox, he pitched in with me and we bought the show together. And then, it was just kind of a crappy situation. We were kind of thrown into like, oh, well, you're not having a show this year. Well, we had no idea because you were pregnant. And I'm like, I wouldn't have stopped the show if I was pregnant. I've been barrel racing for 7 months while I was pregnant.
Wow.
So I was like, why would I want to stop hunting? But I basically just told them, we want the show. And so I had to start from scratch. I lost money the first year, and just kind of had to go out of pocket and make it keep going. And then the next year it started picking back up. We started over completely. And then we started in a different area. Like it went from Browning to Gunworks, which is a totally different, your custom rifles to like your basic, like everyone can buy it off the shelf rifles. So it was, and they're both great for their different things, but it was a really cool thing. And then we started getting into long range shooting, and then we started getting, further shots and harder hunting. And then I kind of changed the show up because I had a family. So instead of me and the girls, which that's what it started as, it was me and my husband and raising our kids in the outdoors, bringing friends along and celebrity guests and stuff like that. So I thought it was a really cool change because people, it's not like you can go hang out and hunt with your friends all the time, but raising your family in the outdoors is more appealing to everybody. And so that's kind of where it went from there. And then we've been successful since then, and we're on season 12 this year.
12 years.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, man, that's so long ago.
So the most wanted list really isn't always about what you want to hunt on that list. It may be who you want to hunt with on that list.
Yeah, it can be like every year we kind of have like, what do we want? What do we need? So, and we're not trophy hunters. We don't go and get these huge bulls and these governor tags and stuff like that. We make it realistic, not everyone can buy $100,000 tag or given a tag, and these bigger celebrity guests and stuff. And so it's really cool when we find celebrities that aren't like we had Donald Trump Jr. And you'd think, and I told him, hey, we're not going to get a 350 bull. I mean, there's a very slim chance, but we're not going to probably get that. And he's like, well, it's not about that. He's like, it's just about hunting for me and the experience. And it was just cool to see people that aren't just about your big, trophy horns and stuff like that every 5 seconds. Yeah. Like it's nice, but let's be honest, like that's not realistic for everybody to just get a 350 bull every year.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
filling my freezer,
Yeah, same. I'm like, I am still after a 350 bull 12 years later. But no, it's really cool because Ours is more of the experience. And, we've had so many amazing people we've taken with us, tons of great celebrity guests. This year is really exciting. We have a super exciting year this year. But in the past, it's always been about the hunt, and it's hard and it's fun, and we get to work as a team, and we pack it out all in one trip. And, it's kind of like you're just every year, what do you want to do? Who would be cool to bring on the show? Where do we want to go? And every year we always want to go to Idaho. That's kind of our thing, and we love it. And everybody that we take loves it, even though we don't get the biggest animals. But it shows you that it's more of the experience, Yeah. I'm like, all of our celebrity guests, we get these cool hunts, and they all want to go to Hell's Canyon. I'm like, okay.
Now, you're in Texas, and you just pack up and go to Idaho.
Yeah, yep. Well, this year, as soon as we're back from Alaska, which our hunt season this year is going to be awesome. We have, in 2.5 weeks, we're heading to Alaska. My cousin up there with King Guide Service is the pilot for the outfit. And so he'll be flying us around. We're going for brown bear.
Oh, wow.
I know, and wolves, and we're doing salmon fishing and like beach combing. And then there's these, I don't know if you've ever seen them. It's kind of pathetic, but I'm like so excited about this over anything else. There's these glass balls like this big, and he finds them on the beach, and he says they float in from like China or something.
Wow.
And they're super rare, but if you look online, you'll find them, but like nobody has them. And so he said that we can go find one. And so I'm like, I may be hunting for the glass ball.
What are they? Are they just...
I don't know. I actually don't know what they are, but he has them on his page, and I'll send you a picture of it. But it's like this big. Well, I don't know. It's like this big. And he finds them on the beach, like in the snow or in the sand, and they're washed up from like really far away. And I can't remember what they are, but he's like, they're super, like, not a lot of people have them. And he's like, I know where they're at, and we can go get some. So I'm like more excited about that than anything else. I'm like, this is gonna be great.
Are they stamped made in China?
Yeah, I know, right? Made in China. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm excited. So we're doing that. That's our first, we're going for 12 days. It's actually going to be, Alaska's scary. You're flying on those, little tiny, yeah. And it's both me and my husband and my brother. And so I'm like, I've got to give like a, who are my kids going to if we die? So we're all like, worried about it. There's so many accidents on those planes. And, so anyway, so we're doing that. Hold on one sec. Till, man, go get the mail. Sorry. I'm seeing our mail person. Tillman! I don't know where they are. Okay.
I'm leaving this part in.
Oh, that's fine. But I'm like, my 3-year-old, my 7-year-old, I'm like, don't come bug me in the room. But I see the mailman, and she's coming up, and all 3 of our dogs are out. And we have this 150-pound, 11-month-old puppy, and he is jumping on cars now. So I'm like, oh my gosh.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's great. But yeah, so we're doing that, and then we come back for like a week, and then we're going to Idaho, back to Hell's Canyon, and Cowboy Cerrone is coming. I think it's Cerrone or Cerrone. Cerrone. Okay. I don't know. And so he's coming with us, Hannah Barron and Jeff Barron. So that'll be a fully loaded celebrity guest hunt.
Wow.
It's going to be a lot of fun. I have an elk tag. Cowboy has an elk tag. Jeff has a deer tag. Hannah has a deer tag. And then it's going to be, I don't know if my husband Lee's going or not. My brother's not going, but they go normally every year. So it'll be a little different. And then Lee drew a bow tag for Texas. It's this like mule deer hunt on a public land, but it's like the first year they've done it. And they're really excited. Yeah, they're excited that we might be filming it. And so they said we could use horses, but so I think we might do that. And then I have a New Mexico elk tag. So that's our season. And then Texas whitetail.
So out of all like the celebrity guests that you've had, what was the coolest experience you've had?
I mean, it was really cool having Donald Trump Jr. He was just really funny and like down to earth, and he was a like hard hunter and packed out all kinds of stuff, and he was tough and he was a good shot. I didn't actually know how advanced he was in shooting. He does
Oh,
long range shooting. Yeah, I
he's a
had no
marksman.
yeah, I had no idea. So he laid this, I think it was 525 yard shot on this bull that was
Wow.
bedded down in the fog. And, we only take bedded shots if it's kind of our only opportunity. There was property lines on both sides, and he was hugging that property line, and it was bedded down, and it was in the fog, and it was super hard to see. But yeah, so he was just awesome. I mean, he shot well. He was funny. He was super. I mean, he was so kind to everybody there, and you never would have known that he had the status that he did. And so that one was really memorable and fun. Hannah's always great. She's real down to earth and fun. Her and her dad. I'm trying to think. Cowboy will be fun. He's gonna be fun. He is like, can we get horses? Can we get goats to pack? Can we get llamas? He's like, who are the pack animals? I'm like, you are. He's like, I hate hiking. And I'm like, so do I. I'm like, I only
Part of the
hike.
job.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's going to be funny. He'll be a lot of fun. I'm trying to think. We had Chase Rice. Charlie Blackman's always been really great to have out, which he's more of a fisherman, but he did a couple hunts with us. But we've had quite a few. I don't know. We had the veteran hunt. That was really cool. We don't do a lot of high fence hunting. And we did that veteran hunt for the women, the wounded, like not the wounded warriors, but the bucks for the brave. And so there was 4 women that had served. One of them was like a Black Hawk pilot for like 20 years.
Wow.
She was a beast, and she was so cool. And so we had a blast with her, and that was really memorable. I sang around the campfire my single that I had, Airborne Ranger Infantry. So, but that one was really cool. I'm always about, veteran hunts and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, we just started working with Tunnels to Towers, which I'm excited about. So.
Oh, that's going to be awesome.
Yeah. You have always expressed an interest in being a role model to women.
Yes.
What message do you like to convey to young women in the outdoors?
I personally, I feel like what women struggle with the most is trying to fit in. And we're kind of always a target for, if you're wanting to be something or do something, there's always like you can get there, but you have to do this. And it's always against what we believe.
Yeah.
And that's something I experienced a lot within the music industry, was like, peer pressuring me to do things I didn't want to do, and I never did them. And that's pretty much why I didn't get the chances that a lot of other women did.
Yeah.
Was because I wasn't willing basically to sell my soul to the devil. Like, that's the facts of it. And so I feel like standing your ground, and, if you may not get the outcome that you wanted, but you also have a future that is going to be great because you did that. So it's like, it's not the end of the road if a door closes. There's always going to be another door that's going to open, and just don't give yourself to other things that you don't believe are the right thing, and to stand your ground and, be good, I guess. It's hard there's so much good and evil in the world, and to just stand for what's right, and, and stand up to those that don't have a voice, I guess.
It's
I stand up for
do
those
things on your own terms.
Yeah. Doing them there's always a time, and, in the right time, things will pan out. So, I just think that that's the hardest thing, is like women they think that they have to do things and they don't. So to stand strong, don't give in, and don't quit, and just keep going, because it's not the end of the road.
Stand by your convictions. Things always work out the way they're supposed to.
Yeah. Yep.
So I see you have recipes on your website. Do you cook?
Well, my former last name was Cook, so I should cook.
So you have to be.
Yeah, I have to be a cook. I'm not going to say I like it, but no, I do cook. I have some things that I'm really good at, and then some things I don't. When I cook, I'm decent, but I'm not like a, in the kitchen baking bug. I'm not in the kitchen baking every day,
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to send you my cookbook.
Yeah, I would love that. I'm one of those that I'm like, oh God, there's 20 ingredients. I'm not doing that one. I'm like, where's the 5 ingredients? I don't have a lot of time to spend in the kitchen,
Yeah.
I got a lot going on.
Well, between the ranch and singing and
Homeschooling.
Oh, you're homeschooling kids.
Yeah. So I run the show. So that's my bread and butter. So I produce the show. I handle all the sponsorships. I run 3 social medias. I homeschool. I train barrel horses, and I'm a mom. And we're building a house. And so it's been a lot.
So which hat are you wearing today?
Right now, I literally right before this, I was like, I got 15 minutes to feed the horses, turn them out, and get my makeup on. So, I was just glad I remembered how to do my makeup, because right now I'm in mom mode all the time. And today I'm actually going to be going through all of my camo. I have a huge bin over there of camo, and I'm going to start laying out my Alaska hunt camo, and I've got to lay all that out and go through that, hang it all up, and then I'm going to start packing for Alaska. Yep, got to go to town. I'm supposed to mow at some point. I got to drag my arena. I got to homeschool, so I got to do school for the kids. I got to go Hobby Lobby. Got to order groceries. Yeah.
And so it continues.
It continues.
All right. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to speak to us today.
Yeah, thank you.
So where can we find you?
You can find me social media. Instagram is Kristy Lee 15. Facebook is Kristy Lee Cook. I'm on Twitter, not as much. I need to get better at that. Twitter. All of the past seasons of the show are on YouTube, so you can watch, I think, the last 9, which I need to upload season 10. That's another thing I got to do. Upload season, 10, but the last 9 of them are on YouTube, and I believe it's under the Most Wanted list, or it's under my name, and then our website, themostwantedlist.com, which I'm not great at running that either, but yeah, so there's some places, some of them are a little outdated, but for the most part, I'm there.
All right. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to speak to us today, and if you haven't seen the show, definitely sign on to it. What is the schedule for that? It's on Pursuit?
Actually, it's on the Sportsman Channel,
Okay.
and it airs, our prime spot is Sunday at 12 Eastern. It airs on Wednesday, I think at 5 p.m. Eastern, and then Saturday, I don't remember. It's Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday, and then you can actually watch it on Hunt Channel and Carbon TV and Wild TV in Canada. So it's airing the last, I think it's season 6 and 7 or 7 and 8 right now on those channels. So it's kind of all over the place. But yeah, okay. Sundays are the prime time.
All right. Well, if you haven't seen the show, definitely sign on to it. You can see it in all of those places. If you haven't subscribed to American Outdoor News, you better subscribe now. And we'll see you again next issue.
Thank you so much for having me.
We love our children. We protect them. We guide them. We prepare them for life in the world. With all that we do, from deep in our hearts, we cannot control all things. Life-threatening illnesses and disabilities affect far too many of our children each year. While we cannot change the circumstance, we can make dreams come true. Dreams to provide hope, to provide spiritual healing and strength, to provide moments of happiness and relief in the hardest of times. We can give a glimmer of light and hope in a time of darkness and despair. Join huntofalifetime.org to help make dreams come true, to provide hope for children with life-threatening illnesses and disabilities. Hunt of a Lifetime is a non-profit organization fulfilling dreams for hunting and fishing trips to youth 21 and under with life-threatening illnesses and disabilities. Visit huntofalifetime.org to learn how you can make a difference.